Alright, hello, hello! Welcome back to our lovely Tuesday art streams. I apologize for the hiatus for the week. Had a couple of things come up and that, well, we had to kind of handle those. But we're back. We have our lovely streams all week long as we normally do. And we've got to finish our boy Cabbage. I'm losing my mind not being able to work on him on the in between. So I'm excited. It should be a good time. I also in on like the in between, I just did more things in OBS. So hopefully the lag doesn't come get us and it leaves us alone. That's what I'm hoping for. Um Alright, let me get our music going. Everything seems to be going nice and crystal smooth so far. Okay, there we go. Got everything situated close to the side. There we go. We can get started on our stuff. Now, is the tablet already? Oh no, okay. Good. Where were we? Oh, just, alright, his casual shading and stuff that he's got. So I've got to, we're gonna work on his face a little bit. He should have some things on his face, I do believe. Let's see, we're on our round mixing brush. We don't want that yet. Now, one of the things I do remember mentioning is that I wanted to add his facial plate back for his markings, and he has a couple of markings on his face just in general, so I need to add those back, which I will do. I need to grab the color for those as well. So once ooh, that's too big of a brush. That's also too big. I'll go 15. But once we get like this little kind of base portion of his shading in, we'll get there. We'll get his lovely marks back in that he needs. We'll use our thin gouache brush. We'll zoom in a little more. Kind of add some shadowing on his wrinklies. And he would have a little bit on for his brow here. Use the gouache blender as we do. Get things smoothed. Alright, zoom out a little bit. See what we're looking like. Doing good. He's got a little bit on his nose. Oop, I got it in his mouth. We could get his squash blender a little bit bigger. There we go. So his markings, they're kind of like the same green color here, but I know it's a little lighter, so I'm gonna go up in that direction. Do that. Do I want this on the same layer as the shadowing? No, because if I have to make an adjustment, I'll end up erasing something and get big satage. Okay, so following kind of like the same principle a shark might have. I am gonna use the round mixing brush, I think, because it kind of has like a wispy trail. Rando! Hey, how's it going? It's going alright. How are you? I am doing much better this week than I was last week, and I will take that win any day. I'm also stoked. I get to move soon. Shading and lighting are looking great. Thank you! But yeah, I get to move soon. I'll be moving closer to my partner. I'm beyond excited about it. It's awesome. I hate the process of moving, but the outcome is great when you like the new place. Dude, I cannot it's the packing for me. I cannot stand packing. It's awful. It takes forever. There's so much that actually has to go into it. So you have to consider like, oh, well now you have to get paper so things don't break. You have to make sure the boxes are labeled right. Are you gonna need this thing at any point before you move? If no, then it goes in the box. But if you mess up, then you just pack something in the box that you need. Like... man. He's got 3 stripes on his nose. Okay, so he needs one up here. %. Yes, yeah, dude. I cannot with the packing. The rest of it is fine. It's gonna be a long drive though, because they're in a different state. So that'll be interesting, I think. Okay, so let me zoom out. Yeah, he's got his nose stripies. Okay, and I think he has some on his leg. He do. Okay. I'm gonna thicken this brush up just a little bit. Because I wanted to go a little faster. So it'll let me carve out a little more about what I'm trying to do. Oh yeah, see, I've never moved that far. To and from college was like 2 hours on highway. First apartment was only 20 minutes from mom's house, and the same about 20 minutes from the house I'm in now. Oh, dude. So I have moved across multiple states before. Just growing up, I've lived in a lot of different places. Just from moving, I've moved. Hold on, I have to count. Um, one, two. It's at least 10 times. I just typed a huge thing about moving out of from my mom's house when she died, but it was too long. Anyway, it was only an hour drive, but many trips. But the worst part was by far the emotional difficulty, which was tied in with the packing. Oh, yeah, that's definitely much rougher, dude. Well, you're a pro now, then. Yeah, I'm just super over moving though. I'm ready to be somewhere for longer than like a year or two. Which that is the end goal currently. Since I'll be moving in with a partner, that is will be done moving. We'll be finding my forever home. Yes, I'm so ready. I'm not really super into. I normally have to like redo markings over and over again before I get them to where I like them. But this is going pretty good so far, actually. Ooh, hang on. Yeah, I like it. I can never draw curves exactly how I want. Those are looking good, nice and organic. Thank you. So, hilariously, I've got like the opposite problem. Trying to draw anything that isn't like organic just is such a struggle. Buildings and cars and stuff, like that is like the craziest thing. Also, thank you. I like briefly saw that. Thank you. True. I'm not great at straight lines either. I normally have to use like a straight line tool of some kind to better all lines there go. No! I mean, there's no way you're bad at all lines, because handwriting is nothing but lines. Nobody knows how to write. Nah, no, not gonna put that there. Thought about it, though. Let's see. So I think the only one so far is this first one, but I know how to fix it. I can make lines I like, but never the right line in the right place at the right time. Maybe need to give up control and embrace what the art wants to be. Honestly, there are types of art that do that. That might be the way. You never know. I think that's kind of how abstract art works. I say kind of, because I've never been very good at abstract art. Even just like analyzing it, I've always been like, okay, but there's still shapes in this. Okay, let's try that. Oh, that's much better. Okay. But I will add this here. Oop, no, I pulled that when I shouldn't have. No, okay, I got rid of it. It's not on any locked layer, so I have to remember that, and I keep, like, pulling it out of the lines. There we go. I like the lines. He looks good. Okay, that reminds me of a story. So I had a humanities teacher in high school who then became an artist. I reconnected with her a few years back in a couple ways, but one was backing her Kickstarter to open an art space in her city. So, to be continued. So I gotta do that, and then what else is on? Oh, that's just completely on that layer. Okay. I'm curious. What if I throw multiply on? What does that do? Maybe. Let me see. So if I lower the opacity just a little bit. Ooh, I do like that. Part of the humanities class was art appreciation, and here she is, an artist. And part of the Kickstarter reward was a piece of art by her, so I want to thank her for that then. But that means writing an art appreciation letter to someone who taught me how to do just that. I didn't do great in her class. So I googled several days for how to appreciate abstract art. It was a black ink on white paper, very abstract. I think she liked my message, so I guess I got an A+ on the assignment. I would say so. I think just the letter in general would get you there. That's very wholesome though. And I love hearing that, there's still people that are trying to do art spaces because there is not enough at all. Oh, did my tablet break? All right. This is gonna be my computer, not yours. There we go. Okay. Are you working now? Yes. Okay. Well, how about you? I am doing it pretty good. You are you tracking me down to continue the conversation about the about how everything in World of Darkness is boomers? Is that what's happening? Nah, I think I've made my point clear. I want to stop by and say hey and chill. We're always happy for folks to chill, as you know. Here's our chumby boy so far. I'm getting all of his shading and stuff in. A chungus. Him do be chungy. Messed up a little bit right here though. should have maybe more of that to it. I don't know. I added the shading and it made his ankle look like it was twisting in a weird direction. Up, and I did still have, what? Oh, it's on that layer. So what's on, huh? Do I just have a random layer that has nothing on it? Yes, I do. Why? Why did I do that? When did I do that? Let me delete this. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened. Oh, I guess I can look at this ankle now too and see. No, it still looks like it's twisted wrong. How did I do that? Okay. Do soft eraser. Lower it down a little bit. Okay, so how did I? What did I do? Okay, what if I do that? There we go. Okay, I pulled the shadow way too forward. That's what it was. Just like, bro, come on, what did I do? Okay. I think that's all of that colored shade. Oh, well, no, because he has the seaweed on his back. Okay, hang on. Got to do his back shading. Okay. Can I cheatsy this one a little bit? I can, because that would just be completely shaded with everything going on right there. And then take round mixing brush. And we add in all of the seaweed shadows. Oh, yeah, that would be there. Get the shadowing going down through this. This does kind of go like that. And then I would be shading here and here. This would have shading to it. Oh, that's right, I can't go over it because it's a multiply layer. And it will show anyway. Is that good? Does that look fine? Yeah. Okay, just need to smooth it out just a little bit. This one. He has such a huggable guard. He does! He's very huggable. I was very much channeling the fact that I think most humans really just want to hug a manatee, and that's that's what I was aiming for. Oh, I say that and the stream buffer's too much. Him's got too much. The manatee vibes are too much. Oh man. Alright, I think he's in a oh no. I gotta do no. Thinking too far ahead. I got too excited. I'm gonna do right here still. If only we could hug them. I saw a video of some people diving, and they didn't pet the manatee because you shouldn't, and so the manatee was petting itself on them. Well, it's illegal. They're an endangered species. Especially, I think I know what video you're talking about, and that was a Florida diver. So it's like extra illegal in Florida to pet a manatee. So even if they hug you, you can't touch them. You just kind of have to deal with it until they let go. They are such wholesome beings. Much like dogs, we do not deserve them. No, not the gouache brush. I need my blender. Truly the purest creatures, not ours. Okay, this one I'm gonna skip. I'm not feeling this one. The other ones have been good so far. Alright, I'll take this one. At Shading made his tail look much rounder. I have no complaints. Only acknowledgement. What was oh, I keep every time I'm like, I think I'm done, I keep remembering I need to do these ones over here and just it keeps slipping my mind. Oh, that one's too big of a size. There we go. And then I'm just gonna do this here. There we go. So now what we can do is go to our... Where is it at? Add glow. Click this. Make our L shape. Toss it in the green. Alright, let's see. Is that gonna be... It's gonna be too bright. Oh, hang on. It has to be on that layer. Ooh. The green might not be the way. Let's see. No. That should be up there. No. Okay. Because it makes it like almost a white color on him. I guess I don't. Let me try that. No, I don't really care for that either. Oh, I'm still this off. There we go. Okay, I know what I'll do. We'll do the seaweed first, because I know already what I need to do. Because apparently, when you have light hitting a plant, it's like kind of like that color, but not as heavy. Really like that color. Yeah, kind of like this color, apparently. I say apparently because I am colorblind enough that I did not know that until a partner of mine took me to this thing where, like, they have, like, this really pretty view over, like, this, like, huge pretty forest and, like, mountains and stuff. And they have, like, these little binocular things that I've only seen at, like, boardwalks. But this one, like, didn't cost any money. And but it was for people who had like a specific kind of color blindness, and essentially it lets you like see like all the different colors and stuff that are like, because it's like, you know, like a natural beauty or whatever. So I got to see. I was crying the entire rest of the ride because it's like off of a highway, because it was so pretty, and I never noticed that there's like, I guess like the sunlight hitting a plant has like a yellow effect on it, and I didn't know that. So trying to keep that in mind as I do this. Oh, interesting. You're the second artist I've known who's at least partially colorblind. That's so fascinating. It's really weird. I always get like a mixed reaction when that comes up, because it's either, how are you an artist but still partially colorblind? And it's like, I can see colors, there's just some missing. And or it's like, oh, huh, okay. I don't know. It's always a really bizarre time when it's, I don't know. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one, though. Definitely always makes me feel bad, my poor understanding uses of color, when I have access to the full spectrum. Listen, I don't think that's a poor use. I don't think there's a poor use of a way for the color spectrum to be used, because I mean it's used in so many different things, just in general, like beyond just art. Like we use it for color coding, for organization, or for, you know, like in housing or marketing, or like it's all over the place. And even then, like it's in writing and reading, and that's like, you don't see that in just, you know, visually, like that's now you're using your imagination for that. So like it's so there's no poor use, I don't think. True, true. And as an engineer, but also musician, well, formal, I guess, I haven't played in a group or anything for a while. My mind is constantly in a battle between there are rules and just jive with it. Ombre Beach. I feel that. I think more than like a little bit differently, but I definitely feel that because I'm very pattern oriented. So when it comes to patterns, it's like, okay, there's a pattern, so there's a strict ruling that you have to follow, that you have to do, it has to be this way. And you really, it doesn't. So it's such a fight trying to break habits like that. But that's cool though, the musician thing. What if you played? Cabbage. Or actually that doesn't say cabbage. That says Cagate? Also hi Sky. How's it going? We're getting our lighting in on our boy today. I think we've mostly finished up our shading, so just getting all his dramatic lighting since he technically would be under the water. Well, I started piano lessons in first grade and did that for about 16 years. Then I did trumpet middle school through college, probably peaking as lead trumpet in our jazz band and show choir band and trumpet section leader in marching band. Uh-oh, my band geek is showing. That's cool though. So for me, I know. So my partner did piano for a bunch. Then I've self-taught. Then I've taught myself many weird instruments like recorder, ocarina. Yo, that's what's up. I also am self-taught on the ocarina. What kind did you do you have, if you have any still? A jaw heart and other, and then self-taught electric bass. Was in a local rock band for a while. Dude, that's cool. I had an electric for a little while, but I never ended up with time to actually teach myself. And only just recently had to get rid of it. I do still have my ocarina though, which is a 12-hole auto C. I have a couple of, I forget the brand, but a polycarbonate mountain ocarina, and then a nice ceramic traverse ocarina. Also see Enigma, but STL ocarina is the model. Looks like blue ocean waves. Ooh, I know which one you're talking about with the STL. Dude, the blue ocean waves is so pretty. Mine is the I believe it's a ceramic Alto C, but it's a it's from Ocarina Wind. It is a I think yeah, sweet potato. And when in Ireland, bought a tin whistle, which actually fingers very similar to Ocarina's. Ooh! Blue ocean waves would go great with some kelp. Boy, it would! It's very fitting, actually. Okay, so I've got to get this lighting smoothed out. Oh yeah, I know the sweet potato one, I think. Nice! Nope. Hang on. Here we go. Some of it's a little bright, so I can kind of soften it just a little bit. Tin whistle from... You've been to Ireland? Ireland's on the bucket list. I've heard it's very pretty. One YouTube video published on my account, backed up Twitch VODs there, but those are all private. The video is me playing Home on the Range on Ocarina like 15 years ago. Just the audio. Very nice. Okay, so I think those are all good. Let me see. Alright, there we go. So let's see if I can use the same color for the rest of him, or if it's gonna be bad. Okay, so the light's coming from up. I may just have to soften all of the light. My only worry with it being green is that it may blend in with the markings. Yeah, I got into genealogy and learned my mom's family came from Bray, Ireland, so our honeymoonish trip was to Ireland. Only time I've been international besides Canada. The yellowish lighting on the kelp really kicked it up a notch to not feel like he's just off the coast of some beautiful tropical beach, full sun of bright blue sky. Thank you. I've been playing a lot more with the different layer types, and the add glow one really makes everything super dramatic, which I really like. So it's something I've been trying to like mess with a little more in some of my stuff. to now. Feel now not is one of my comments I post, which is very unfortunate. Oh, I didn't even catch that. I understood what you I understood what you meant. I probably read it word for word though. I'm still very in the middle about the green on him. Not the kelp, but this right here. When I get it all smoothed over though, I'll either end up liking it once it's smoothed out, or I'll hate it and fix it. We'll see. Okay, so now I can smooth everything, so we're gonna use this one. Not that size though. Yeah, kinda like there. Because sometimes the issue is just like how bright it starts out. Okay, so now I will zoom out just a touch. Okay, no, I don't hate it. Okay. Okay, so then I keep missing these ones over here. Every time. There we go. Okay, so let me save. So I am curious. This is the multiply layer. Yeah. Okay. So if I grab this, no, this color. So if I grab this color and I throw it on some of the kelp, will it make it look? There's not much of a difference. Alright, I'll leave it. Yeah, I'll leave it. Okay. Alright, in which case, your big boy needs a background now. So let's see. I've done one like really big ocean background beforehand. We're gonna make an attempt on doing that again. Gotta remember how I did it. So darker, and then yeah. Yee, background eye. I love the enthusiasm. Okay, no, I need it that sized, yeah. Okay, we gotta get everything behind him. Actually, I got a better idea. Here we go. I'll just make my brush lag. It's fine. There, because I gotta get everything that's behind him colored to get it to work right. What am I missing over here? There we go. Okay. So now I can make my brush a little smaller. And then, because the ocean is darker the lower you go, and brighter the higher you go, then I would need to run a gradient of color. So we want about the size for here. And then we want it a little brighter. And then I will, let's see, I'll run a different green in the same hue about here. And then I can use the gouache blender on a big size to get it blended. And then I could make it a little darker underneath it. So we lower the nope. About there. Lower the blue. The gouache brush just along the edges. Now I could take the gouache blender again, do the same thing. And then let's see. So let me add a layer on top. I could technically clip to the layer below. Am I gonna do? No, because it's beneath everything. And then if I do, okay, if I do like a, not an add glow, do soft light, grab this color, throw it in the yellows, do the round mixing brush at 800. No, because it won't. Okay, that won't. Hang on. I gotta put this uppies. Will this look okay? No, not yet. Hang on. It's not quite the right thing. So it's on soft light. Put this up here. Okay, so maybe we want, or no, I guess you wouldn't want a yellow because the water filters out. Huh? Okay, you would want maybe that tone? Yeah, there we go. And then you can soften that up with this towards the edges. Let me see. Does it have a bigger no, it does have a pretty big impact. Okay. And then you would throw a multiply layer with the dark blue down here and lower it just slightly more. And use the same round mixing brush. And then run the same blender. Oop, my computer, not yours. It has decided to yell about me at space. What a time to yell at me about space. I know. So get off the screen. Okay. Yeah, and then this. So for that, I want to add just a touch. There should be a touch of something else. I'm missing something. I don't know what it is yet. Nope, it's not that. What if it is like a little bit of like yellow green? No. We used the blue. Fits more in like that direction. No, that's like the same color. No. It's like almost it's almost there. It's not quite that. It's not yellow. What? I'm looking for a color that I don't know how to explain. What color am I looking for? No. That's not what I'm looking for. What am I looking for? Oh my gosh. Okay. What if it's... Look for this color? Kinda, sorta. No. No. I wish I knew how to explain what I'm what are they called god rays? I think they're called god rays because the ocean is capable of having god rays, and I think he would look really pretty with those. I gotta remember how to what color the ocean would need for some god rays. I know what a forest would need, which is a very kind of like a whitish yellow. What would the ocean need? It's because it's not yellow. It would be okay. So I'm in the wrong hue range. Oh, that's too green. I guess, kinda. Or maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'm trying to push the kind that I have too much already. What I need is what am I? Airbrush. And do I want to do running color? Probably not. Well, maybe. No, because it's kind of splashy. We'll do droplet. We'll do big droplet. And then you would need so there's movement in the water, there's bubbles. Oh, saving, writing file, thank you. It's like you made too many big changes before saving again. We must think a little harder about it. I could probably, could I do, would that be too much? I'm gonna try something. Okay, so if I do kind of like this, and then do, oh god, that might be overkill, so I don't know if I'll keep it. But I'm gonna try and see if I can run. Well, no, that'll be too much green, actually. Will that be too much green? We're gonna find out. Because if we do this, we take that, and then we, oh god, what is it? Filter, blur, strong. Did that didn't seem like it did anything. Hang on. Filter, blur. Oh, Gaussian blur maybe? There it goes. Do I want to lower it a little bit? Yeah, there we go. What? If this measure appears several times, why is it failing to save? Select file, save as. Oh, it got mad. Why did it get mad? I just wanted to save. Yes. Why did it get mad? Bruh. What? Okay. He got so mad. Why is it? It won't let me save. That's a little alarming. If I... Okay, so if I hide it, will it let me save? No. Please try the following. Increase this... I got it. Okay. I know what the problem is. Alright, well... Let me close this folder. Make a thing above it. And we will zoom in over here. There we go. Yeah, looking so cozy in his home. He is! And our big boy's done, too. I'm super stoked with how he came out, honestly. He looks so pretty. Okay, I've gotta fix my storage problem real fast. I know what's causing it. I hadn't felt like doing it yet. Let me double check something real fast. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I need to get rid of... No, those stay. These can go bye-bye. Do that. Minimize these. Empty this. Okay, are you gonna... You're gonna let me save now? No. Okay. Majestic. Okay, I have to open Steam and remove... Steam need... What? Okay, how am I supposed to... I can't open Steam? Buddy. A big water vegetable. Kaiser, hi! How is it going? Oh good, okay, I can open Steam now. And then I can delete a thing real fast and I can get him saved. Oh, I see it turned my monitor off. As it does. Hang on. There we go. Is it gonna keep turning my monitor off? Okay, do this. Go rid of this. It's just gonna keep my monitor off. That's so rude. Okay, that should be gone, and this should be gone. Okay, there. Now there should be space. Yes? Yes, good. Delightful. My gracious. Okay, so let me close this back. And I've got to get this file saved as a PNG. Export. PNG. Save. Hit OK. Looking good. There we go. Tablet and PC fighting. So over like the little break that I did with last week, typically my wind down time is I will go like game, or I'll like go figure out some Steam demos and stuff to go vibe with, and just I made the mistake of not clearing out my demos and stuff that I hadn't done, or that I had done, and I was like, hey, there's no space to do anything. What are you doing? So that's... I had to go clean stuff real fast. But yes, save success. Okay, and then... let's see. Okay, so he's done. So, what I think I will do... we still got about 2 hours-ish. So I'm going to... what are we gonna open? What are we gonna work on? I've got so many things to work on. What can I work on? Oh, I know what I can work on. Big brain. Okay, file... how do I... actually, how do I get back to that? I don't know how to open it out of my files. I only know how to open it in Clip. Okay, let me open Clip Studio. I'm trying to get my comic open so we can work on that a little bit. Are you gonna be nice? Sometimes you're not nice, Clip. Please be nice. Hey, good. It was nice. Loading page file. Oh, you're thinking big hard. Why? Oh, and it turned my monitor off. Bruh. Just slowly loading. It's like 52 pages? You dare? There we go. Okay. So I can close Cabbage. I can open this page. And then... whew, okay. Let's see where I was at. Because I sure don't remember. Oh yes I do. I was thinking. So this is where our first panel's at. Let me turn off our sketch layer. Is that this layer? That is this layer. So this is our layers so far. I'm gonna have like a sky gradient in the back, and then because it feeds into this image down here. And I went through and I made like a couple of like small minor like sketch adjustments and stuff as I've been working and doing things to the side. Um, and I've decided I'm gonna work in kind of like further chunked sections because I think that'll help me out a little bit more. Because trying to do all of the penciling and then all of the inking and then all of the coloring in bigger chunks and sections is weirdly overwhelming for my brain. So doing it in sections of like, I guess like scene sections where things are taking place will help me out just a little bit more. So let me. Did I grab? I did grab the color. Okay. I've labeled nothing. This is our ink? Yes. Okay. So we go here. And then we zoom super far in so I can see everything. We will ink our lovely girl here, Lillian. I get that. Yeah, I gotta break everything all the way down, or it'll just gets to be so much. And apparently I'm just gonna be super zoomed in. Because of the weird in-between. That's not quite her nose shape. Hang on. What did I do? How did I do that? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. No, that's... Oh, I see. Okay. I see what I did. There we go. No, I'll leave the eye shape alone for a little longer. I know what's waiting for me there, which is my loss of sanity as I try and get the eye shape the same. I think her mouth would be a little higher because of her nose. Nope. I put it in the same spot, but that's fine. I needed the shapes, but I can take this. I can move it just a touch. No. Like right there. That should be good. There we go. There we go. Okay. Actually, yeah, those lines should be a little thicker because the light's coming from that direction. Take that off, and I can just fill that in, and then put it back, and erase right here. Okay, now we... Go up here. I've messed up her hair a little bit right there, but it's fine. So we can fix it. Come back over here. Do her horns. This be a thicker line because it's away from the light. That's no. Kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Zoom out a little bit and then kind of back in. See where we're at. We're looking good. Okay, good. Silly fun fact, Lillian used to have a cowboy hat, since she's technically a cowboy, but when I got around to actually drawing her, I was like, there's no way she's sitting here wearing a cowboy hat with the kind of horns she has. Unless it's sitting on top of them. And that's kind of weird looking. So as much as she probably wants her cowboy hat back, she can't have it. Thicken this line. Okay, lower this down. Nah, not at all be connected. Maybe kind of like that. Yeah. Then we can add more there. And then I can take this. No, I don't think that line in particular is a good idea. Okay, let me take this sketch off real fast. Alright, so far so good. Actually, no, her ears pointed slightly wrong. Let's see, the corner of her eye is right here. There we go. Okay, let me take that off again. Fill that in. Turn it back on. Um, okay, zoom out. Check our lines. Alright, so far so good. Oop, nope, not quite. Oop, what the? Bruh, I clicked the eraser! Oh yes, the duck song. See, that is a little too heavy right there. Just in that little, like, let go spot. Suddenly Red starts barking. Apologize for the dog. I think she's yelling at someone walking by. Oh man, it's gonna be wild because once I move, there will not be barking anymore in the background because it is not my dog. That's our roommate's dog. So. I'd love to get a dog though. It's on the list of things that I would like to get, but I am allergic to dogs. Sadly, this dog in particular that's out there, she's hypoallergenic, so I'm okay as far as that goes. But I'm still sadly kind of allergic to dogs, so as much as I love animals and pets and things, dog is probably one that if I do get, I will. That'll be a lot of like consideration and things going into that. Of course, beyond just like the allergies, because dogs deserve as much love and attention as as they need, of course. But still, something a little bit more than just, hey, let's get a dog. That'll be a good time, you know. It's a shame being allergic to one of the world's best creatures. Yeah, I have that with cats. I feel you. So I'm also allergic to cats. So, I'm not like deathly allergic in any capacity, which is great. I just suffer real bad. So, I do know a cat is one that I will likely not get because my partner's parent, they are allergic to cats severely, like hospital level. So of course they wouldn't be able to come over, and I don't. That's not something that we want to prevent because their parent's a wonderful person. So I can't do cats. I love cats, but allergies, it's the worst. It is. Are we all allergic to cats here? We did find a pair who I didn't have a reaction to, so it's breed by breed or cat by cat for me, luckily. Well, that's good. It's always good when there's like little exceptions, because then you can kind of get around it. Oh, I've done messed up her arm. Hang on. How do I fix this? Oh, you know what? That's the problem. Her elbow wouldn't be showing because her elbow is like here. So that would just be the bend of the arm. Cat allergy gang, what's up? Yeah, itchy eyes. That's what's up. Fitting. Okay, so it's still. There, that should be good enough. One of the things I'm having to keep in mind with this is when it's like at actual size, it's pretty small. So I, my spending time worrying about certain details, I've got to keep in mind I don't need to do. Oh. We had one growing up, and that's when I got tested and did allergy shots for years. And in college, tried to get one, but it licked my ankle and that swelled up. Oh my gosh, no! Then we got two shortly before our wedding, and they were great. Had them for 6 years old. Had them from 6 years old to 19. They were too good. Oh. Oh yeah, like detail on emotes where details might vanish at scale even. Yeah, I had to keep that in mind. I definitely didn't perpetually keep that in mind, but I definitely tried to keep that in mind with the emotes and stuff. I think what makes it even harder is for me it's a lot more visible too in my more traditional stuff that I've been doing lately. I'm super heavy on my details and like perpetually trying to push how many details I add. So trying to remember that things have to be kept within like a certain size and like having to visualize that and having to keep that in mind, it gets really weird because you're having to push and kind of retract at the same time. Oh man, okay. So one of the other things, when I was working on this particular panel doing the sketches, so I've done a little bit of horse riding before and I've taken like a lesson or two. So I have an idea about how you're supposed to like sit and everything for riding horses. God forbid I remember how you do that as I'm drawing. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how do you sit on a horse? Can you even sit on a horse? Like the whole time I'm just like, huh? Everything I learned went out the window so fast. Just sitting there like, dude, spare me, please. Do you have a zoom to fit preview shortcut or anything so you can quickly see the big picture? So to an extent, yes, actually. So that's this button, which is cut off, with how I have my overlay. That's funny. But yes, I do. Also, I'm pretty sure stream is slowly getting more delayed as time goes, as it does. But yes, I do. It's in. How do I don't know how I can show that, but yes, there's like a little button I have to kind of get it to size. Um, of course, when it's at this size, on a screen, it's a little hard still because someone is still going to be kind of fairly leaned in when they're reading, which I think is why it can go to this size here. This roughly feels like how we would probably look if someone was like leaned in reading it. So that kind of helps a little bit. It still makes it a little weird though. One thing I have done with this particular page before I made like some adjustments and stuff was I actually printed out my pencils and then inked it, and I had it as about as close to size as possible if I were to do like a print version, because at some point I would love to do a print version, and I have a drop shipper in mind. For what I could do, I would just have to run a couple tests, but that's like way down the line. But still, I kind of got like a basic idea of how things should look, or full screen versus reader, I guess. Yeah, or versus print. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's one of those things. Trying to figure out how it maths in your skull. I think this right here is a fairly good kind of assessment, I think, for what is and isn't visible if someone were to like lean in and stare. The other thing with comics too is if you're doing your pacing properly, when you're reading a comic, you're not necessarily lingering on a page for very long. You're mentally you're there long enough to go, okay, this is what's happening, and then you flip the page because you want to keep reading if the pacing is done properly. So that's the other thing. I think a really good example of something like that is there's a comic called Punk Rock Jesus. It's a very good comic. At least I really like the comic. A lot of the characters and a lot of like the really big scenes are actually super heavily detailed. But if you pause for like long enough to like take your brain out of the the comic read mode of, okay, I've read the dialogue, I've got the gist of what's happening through, the gutters and everything, and then you flip the page. If you take your mindset out of that, you actually look at the backgrounds aren't all that detailed. Sometimes they're just kind of scribbles, but they're enough to get the point across. But then there's other comics, like, I'm not gonna remember the full name, but Jim Henson's Labyrinth actually has a comic. It's a very, very well done comic, but it is aggressively colored, aggressively detailed, and they have a really unique use of the gutter space, where you have occasionally, like, the goblin eyes. If you've ever seen Labyrinth, if not, highly recommend. Very good Jim Henson movie. With David Bowie, I might add. But they have the goblin eyes, like, in the gutter space, instead of in the actual comic panels, as, like, the goblins are starting to show up. And that's something that I really liked and thought was really cool. But still, that's one of those things where it's, like, lots of detail versus not a lot of detail, and then it's like, it's a whole thing. That's true, it's not standalone art. It's accompaniment of stories here, not just looking at it. It's a good point. I never thought about. Yeah, So I've been trying to, like, get myself into a place to be able to work on this comic for, like, 3 years now. Which is crazy, but not unheard of for, people who are starting out. So I've got a weird amount of... No, my tablet yelled, I apologize. Got a weird amount of, like, research, whether it's, like, halfway done or fully done or whatever. So I could ramble about it for hours. It's so bad, but love Labyrinth. It was one of the maybe I'm not 100% straight moments. Dude, if you're not a little gay for Jareth, I don't know what's wrong with the person, man. That's too straight if you're not into Jareth the Goblin King. Just a little bit. He's so pretty, and it's so well done. It's so well done. I'm also a sucker for just, like, the Jim Henson puppets and stuff in general. There's so much, like, creativity and life. And one of my favorite artists did the concept designs behind, like, the puppets and the creatures and stuff, because they're based off of Brian Froud's designs of the Fae. And, of course, the goblins fall into that category. So, with that said, if you, like, pull up Brian Froud's work, it'll look really familiar because, of course, Jim Henson and Brian Froud worked together for, like, the Labyrinth puppetry, but they also worked together on the Dark Crystal puppetry, and the Dark Crystal stuff is actually all of Brian Froud's world building and concept. Like, the Dark Crystal universe with the Gelfling and the Skeksis are all, like, that's Brian Froud, and Jim Henson used puppetry to bring it to life, which I think is really neat. And again, one of those topics I could just ramble about for hours. I'm a big Brian Froud Jim Henson nerd. It's yeah, anything Henson is great, but the darker use in Labyrinth and Dark Crystal is so good. It is! Dude. Okay, Rando, I've gotta ask, have you seen the Dark Crystal show they had put out a couple years ago? I've gotta, dude, and they kept that darkness up in that show. I was losing my mind the whole time I was watching it. If you've not seen it, I highly, highly recommend, because of how they did the puppetry for that show was done in, like, the live action style. So every scene is, like, they, like actual actors, like, doing, like, the whole, like, oh, the puppet's gotta jump. Okay, well, we're gonna make them jump. Like, that's... it was so good. It was so good. Just fair warning, Netflix did cancel it after one season, so... Not that it fully matters, because if you've seen the Dark Crystal, then you kind of know where it goes, because it follows the Gelfling prior to the Dark Crystal movie. So there's that. We saw a couple of episodes, but then canceled our Netflix, so I forgot to finish it. Ah, we have Netflix again. Yes! Dude, gotta finish it. It's so good. And they introduce so many different Skeksis and so many, like, showcase so many different things. It's so good. Dude. Yes, you've gotta finish it. Oh man. One Skeksis that they didn't include, that I wish they had included, that's included in, like, the novels and the comics and stuff, is, Skek... Oh, what is her name? Is it... Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up before I say it. Because if I say the wrong one, I'll cry. Yes, okay, I was right. Okay. They don't include Skeksa, which is like the pirate Skeksis, but that's because she's not really around. And I'm at that time she's a pirate, so she's like off like in the Gelfling oceans causing problems. Um but there's a lot of others in there that are they show off that is like chef's kiss. Like and they show off like just so many things, so many world things. Like I said, I could ramble for literal hours over the Dark Crystal and stuff. I feel like Jim Henson were. Have you seen the old SNL, like the first few horribly sexist racist seasons? But they had some Jim Henson bits in it. They're fun too. No, I haven't actually. What I have seen is Adam Savage from MythBusters recently. I say recently, was like maybe within the last year or two. Jim Henson, the Jim Henson Company occasionally does like after hours shows where it's, oh, we were watching Only Murders in the Building, Andor, and The Last of Us. When we finish one of those, Dark Crystal it is. Ooh! Yes. Only Murders in the Building. I love Adam Savage. Yes. So he works pretty often on his YouTube with the Jim Henson Company, and he'll go interview them about like their technology and stuff, behind the scenes puppetry. But he got to do one of their after hours puppet shows, like in what is it, Vegas, I think. The Land of Gork was the Muppet sketch on SNL, if you'd ever want to look it up. Absolute, dude, as soon as after stream, that's absolutely what I'll do. Oh, I did that line so wrong. Hang on. But he normally goes and like interviews the Jim Henson folks all the time. It's my favorite thing. Oh! Oh, I think I saw something about that, but I haven't seen it. I watch his channel fairly regularly, but I was working overtime the last 4 months or so. I missed a bunch. Oh, dude, definitely gotta see those. But Rando, if you've not ever been to the state of Georgia in Atlanta, there is a it's like a I think it's called the History of Puppetry Museum. They have um They have Henson puppets, like from the Labyrinth. Like they had like a whole Henson exhibit. And I think it's still there. I'm gonna look and see if it's still there real fast, actually. But if you've not been, I highly recommend. Like they had Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. They had Muppets and Fraggle Rock with the Dozers. Let me see, Jim Henson. Exhibit, Atlanta, Georgia. Is it permanently there? Center for Puppetry Arts is what it's called. Do they still have? Yes, they do. They still have the Henson Gallery. If you've not been, I highly recommend. They also have a they have Jareth's, like a replica of Jareth's throne that you can sit in. I do have pictures of myself and my mom because we had went sitting in it. Okay, also if you like puppetry, have you seen any of the puppet Twitch streamers? There's a guy who games using foot controllers and one-handed while operating a puppet on camera instead of himself. So neat. I can link in Discord if you want. Another Twitch friend of mine introduced me to his channel because she 3D prints and sewed her own puppet. I've been to Georgia in years. I've been to Georgia, but not for years. It sounds awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna assume it's not the puppet streamer that I have seen. I've seen one puppet streamer, but it was like a VTube model puppet, and it was wild. The way it looked. I really liked how it operated. But yes, send me. I would love to see the one that you're talking about. Okay, let me put that in. And then over here should be good to be. Yeah, this could be then. Yeah! Yeah, she's getting there. She's got so much to do, but she's getting there. She's looking good. This is a physical modeled puppet. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Hang on, let me open Discord and go look. Benny Fitz. Ooh. The little icon's so cute. Let me see. Let me turn that down. Let me see. What put me on a... Does he have clips? Oh, there's clips. Okay. Oh my god, that's crazy! Dude! That's so cool! That's such a clever use, too! God, I love Puppeteers so much. Was it a blue guy? Because he might have a PNG tuber too. No. So the other one, the VTuber modeled puppet that I saw, she was pink. She was an art streamer. She was like pink and some other things. I could not for the life of me tell you what their name is. Occasionally I will go like just flip through Twitch just for fun, just to see who's up, because there is a lot of really bizarre models and streamers that are really cool. So I normally go browsing just to look and see what's going on. So I have no idea what her name might be, but oh, interesting. Yeah, I thought it was a really unique use for VTubing. But the streamer you sent me, that's really sick. I really like that. That's such a clever use for puppetry. Okay, I've got a. Where am I over there? There's so many things. Oh, not that. Not the fill tool. The pen tool. There's a Scottish streamer YouTuber I watched who has a degenerative muscular disease and so can't do much gaming with her hands, so she uses special accessibility foot controllers. I assume Benny might do something similar. Ooh, probably. I've got mad respect for anybody who can game with like foot controllers or anything beyond like a keyboard and mouse, like or even just like the really what are they, the vertical mount keyboards? Those I could never. It's just that's so mad impressive. Okay, here's a really good spot for where I'm like, I want to add details, but I know the details will never be seen by another living person ever again, which is these are leather straps. And so typically when you have leather straps, obviously there's like the stitching to like hold them together. There would be stitching on these. But alas, that is too tiny for this. But it's driving me crazy because I really want to add the stitching. My brain is like, no, no, but there would be stitching, the details. And I'm like, I can't, we can't. If anything, it'll make it look, like, busy when it shouldn't. Okay, alternate example. You would definitely be able to see, because she's got two of these on, which are her holsters for her knives. Um, she has another one on the other side. There would be no point in me adding the detail of, hey, she's got another one over here, because it wouldn't be seen. Not between like the shadowing and people reading and checking the pace and all of the things. There's so many things. It's wild. I am gonna do the detailing of her knife though, of that. Seen or not, I want it there. I think I'm gonna. No, it should be fine because her leg comes about there, so it should be fine. My thought process. No, no, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. There we go. The most minor thing. Okay, and then. There we go. Okay, I got her L in. Okay, let me take this off. Because, I mean, that would be kind of visible, like, if you're looking for details and stuff. I guess if you do what I do. Okay, let me throw a save in. There we go. Okay, gotta say transitions from the pant leg to the stirrup. Cover some of the boot, I think, would be fine. Someone can do a bit of. Okay, further, so far so good.
Just breathe.
Not that that line matters because it'll be colored, but it's fine. Alright, time to hand. Bleh. Gross. Hands are so gross to do because they're hard to make right because we can put our hands in so many different weird shapes. Yeah, for real, almost as complex as faces muscle-wise. Honestly, though, yes. Like, it is... They have no reason to be as difficult as they are. I'm detailing too much right now. How do I fix this? Nope. Let me just... I come back to that. Oh, I guess... Wait. Oh, no. I know what I... Okay, I know. It's fine. Her hand is technically by her side as she's... Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what we're going with. No, I'll just... I don't know, a little too thick. I mean... There we go. that off and do this. Nope, give me my pen back. I definitely hit my pen. Thank you. Okay. Bop it. Punch it. Interesting. The song, it's very bop it. Stretchies. Gotta get those stretchies in. There we go. Okay. Let me do. Let's do its face. It is. How do you system overload a pop? Okay, take that off so I can fill his nose. Pop it, twist it, etc. No, okay, I didn't like the second one. I do like the first one though. Maybe. No. No. Never mind. I changed my mind. Why do horses have such big nostrils? That's what I want to know. One of the many things I wish to know. Why are their noses the way they are? They've got such big noses. Better just snort you. So they can smell you better. I love that you both had the same idea. Amazing. I just go with the Little Red Riding Hood of Big Bad Wolf wording. And then goes around under the hood. There we go. And then got his ears. Trying to add a little bit of floof too. There we go. And then let's see, he's got kind of like, I think they're called star. He's got like a star on his face. Let me see, how are we looking? The star might be in the wrong spot, but it's fine. Yeah! Okay, and I just gotta fix this that I just did, but that'll be for next time. I like this. We made a lot of progress today, guys. I'm super stoked. Finished Cabbage, got to work on the comic a little bit. Ah, sick. Okay, so that'll be it for me today. Because we've hit our lovely time here, and I am kind of hungry. So let me see who's around to raid. Ah, good timing. The Backstreet Boys song. Thank you for streaming, of course! Why did Chrome suddenly give out on me? What just happened? Why are you mad? What did you do? There we go. Okay, no, okay. You're gonna refresh now. Why? What? Oh my gosh. I did end up putting this song on my personal playlist, I will say. Alright, who all is streaming? Let's see. Carolyn, Kimosabe, ooh, Popcorn, and Kevin. First playthrough of... Let's go... I don't think I've raided Kemosabe before, so let's go hang out with Kemosabe. Let's see what they're up to. So thank you guys, of course, for hanging out with me today and, you know, sticking with me through the short hiatus and things. It's been a lot of delightful fun. So let me start this raid. Alright, there we go.